Hello everybody, welcome to the Bessemer and Lake Erie and HO scale. This is a layout update for August 27th, 2023. I'm Ray Brown, and welcome back to the layout. Got a few things going on here. One, we got a little local freight rolling into Grove City. I got the freight depot track put in. See that right here. And for the depot track, it's microengineering code 70 rail on Central Valley ties. Yeah, it's right on the plywood. It'll kind of be buried in the dirt. And I use these Woodland Scenics incline starters to get the track up and down the roadbed. I've done a lot of different ways over the years. I've sanded cork. I've kind of raised up the wood. I've done all kinds of things. And for the couple dollars those incline starters are, I think it just makes it so easy. So I'll go ahead and pick up these couple boxcars. The 253, definitely not exactly prototypical here. This is a proto model I relettered. Love these little proto switchers. They just run so good. And of course I have TCS wow sound decoder upgraded into this. Get it to the weathering bench one of these days. And I joined the code 70 rail to the code 83 rail at the switch there. The microengineering rail fits into the Atlas rail joiner. It's pretty loose. So I just use the Atlas rail joiner and I just kind of hold the rails even while I solder them together. And, you know, that works pretty good. All right, and the Grove City local is heading out of town. And that's about as far as I got track powered wired. Speaking of the 253, I do have this one picture of it here. Definitely a few details not quite right, but the biggest one is the position of the headlight being center here and kind of high mounted on the model I got. So we'll fix that one of these days. It's a down the road project. For you Bessemer historians out there, something has not been sitting right with me looking at some old black and white pictures of Bessemer steam, including some of the 500s here and the 600s. I look at a lot of these black and white photos and it really stands out in this one. Why does the boiler look so light compared to the smoke box? Was this more like the DM&IR paint scheme with a gray boiler? Some of the 600s in the black and white pictures look awful the same. The smoke box looks darker than the boiler. So maybe if there's anybody out there that helped working on the 643, how prototypical is the paint it's wearing right now? And when might it have changed? So, but looking at these black and whites, something don't seem right. Okay, on to other things. I did get in the mail this beautiful Rapido U25 GE demonstrator. Now, I can't run it because I bought it, just the DC version, because I have standardized on TCS for all of my decoders. So I want to go ahead and put TCS WoW in it. It is gorgeous. That being said, really nice model. It's my first Rapido, and oddly enough, my first and only GE locomotive on the layout, which is part of why I bought it. Probably a few of you scratching your head right now wondering why this engine belongs on my layout. And it's a little too modern, not by a lot. It's a little bit of a stretch. But the Bessemer never owned GE. They did a few demonstrators. From what I've read, those demonstrators never did very well. But I thought operationally this might be something I could pick up at Wallace, take it to a shop, maybe let it run a local or two, and maybe die on one run and have to be set out, which kind of seems prototypical. But I want to get the 7 FDL sound card in here. And for anybody that doesn't know, I've worked for GE close to 15 years now, and a good part of that time in transportation, and some of it a diesel engine. So seen plenty of FDL stuff laying around getting built. I'd like to have at least one engine on the layout that has that sound card in it. So pretty excited for this. I'm in no hurry to get that decoder in it. That's a rainy day project, but a beautiful, beautiful engine from Rapido. All right. So along with the depot track here at Grove City, you can see I started putting in roadbed for Cooper engine. I have a little bit of a switchback here. The track will go into a building this way and this way, partially under a crane. I'm going to kind of make it try to look a little bit like it does on Google Maps. So pretty excited for that. I think this will make a fun little switching game up here in Grove City. Okay. I did make a girder for the front side of Route 8 here, but the paint is drying on that, and I got to figure out how I'm going to mount it. Might start doing some scenery there. I did get the ramp in. The switch is under the cars here for Tassa Coal, which is at Harrisville. And you can see I got some more track laid. This curve looks like it's there for no reason right now, but I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a hillside here and a hillside in the back, like the tracks are kind of following the landscape a little bit. Got this switch in. That'll be the lead for Mercer, Lime, and Stone. You can see the car sitting there. And just this morning, I got the first half of a crossover built going into Branchton. And see, I got some paper templates laying out there, starting to think of how that's all going to work. I do think right between, this will be the lead for Mercer, Lime, and Stone going that way, and that'll be the lead going off for the small 4-track yard at Branchton. And this right between them, I think, will be Branchton Road. And if I'm thinking about it right, I think that's pretty much how it goes. When you cross the tracks there, you look one way and see Mercer, Lime, you look the other way and see the small yard for Branchton. And then here's the only other real thing I got done. I got more of these lights up. So let me just turn around. So I think I showed before, I got these lights on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. Really like them. Real easy to put up. Real bright. But I came down around this corner and I kind of got this cove lit up with them now. So big difference. You can kind of see the light here versus just the bulb here. And this was always the plan, to upgrade the lighting like this. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day kind of thing. And this isn't the layout lights, obviously, like, you know, still very dark under there. I got to get lights underneath to actually light up the bench work, but that's another little bit down the road project. This is just kind of house lighting. But yeah, really like these. Super easy to put together and pretty cheap. Anyway, that's pretty much it of what I've got going here. Got track this far down the long wall. Not quite all perfectly set in place yet. I got a little bit of shifting around to do. But going pretty good. This coming Friday will be home football. It'll be our first performance with the high school marching band. Pretty excited about that. That's all going real well. Proud of my students. They're very young. I mean, the band overall is very young, but specifically, I spend most of my time teaching drumline. Out of 8 kids in drumline, I have 4 6th graders, a 7th grader, an 8th grader, a 9th grader, and a 10th grader, which makes them very, very young, and they're doing just absolutely fabulous. So really excited about that, and happy to spend some time away from the layout to work on a good cause. Anyway, hope everybody summer's winding down good. I definitely getting out there and trying to enjoy the last bits of good weather while we still have it. Hopefully got another month or 2 of pretty nice stuff to be outside yet. But anyway, more good things to come here on the HF Scale Besserman Lake Erie. See you guys next time.